Guys, it is time for the next series here in Who is the StarCraft Master. So this next match here in the quarterfinals, it's going to be Special versus Reynor. Up here in the top left, in the red, the Zerg player. His name is Special. And down here at the bottom right, the lovely Zerg prodigy himself playing Terran. It's Reynor. Now this series is special. Why? Because Special's playing. No, it's special because both players actually misunderstood the rules at first, and then we were basically lining up the matches. We got it going, and Special was saying, "Oh, I don't want to show any builds for the matches. I thought this was only off race." I realized I'd done a really bad job of describing the tournament rules. So in this series, neither player is going to play their main race. It's a bit of a deviation from the main rules. But after this match onwards, they do have to play the actual rules, which means main race as well. So in this match, we're going to see doubling up of the matchups. So we're going to see them only off racing, which is still super cool. Neither of them is going to play their main race. And we're going to see who's the best off racer. So I remember being like, oh my God, this is, oh no, the rules are slightly being deviated. And then I was like, is this really the most hardcore serious tournament in the world? Like, there's money on the line, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it changes the results too much. So we're going to see who wins here when neither Special nor Reynor, neither of them is going to play their main race. And we'll see exactly kind of how stuff goes from here. So, yeah. Basically, as soon as this match was played, I was like, ooh, can you guys replay it? And then I was like, actually, don't worry about it. I know you guys already played a best of 9. It's fine. It's fine. So anyways, we are curious to see exactly what happens. Reynor's playing Terran. No scout just yet. Just going to be going for Reaper Scout. And of course, Special playing Zerg. It's going for the Hatchcast pool. So very standard openings on both sides. It's going to be really cool to see who channels the bullshit of their opponent's race better. That's really what I like to see, you know? For a Zerg, it's like you're dropping, using Liberators, you're doing these sick tank pushes when you play as Terran. Whereas the Terran, when they play Zerg, they're just going to like roll banelings into you when you're not looking, right? They're going to hit you with counterattacks. They're going to have really good creep spread and really good harassment defense because they understand how to shut down every Terran opening pretty well. It's going to be interesting. It's a fast third hatch for Reynor. Reynor playing very low on the Zerglings. Okay, 4 Zerglings are now out. Going to try and buy time, just pulling these weakened Zerglings to the back. Of course, has to buy time for this Queen on the Natural to finish. This Queen on the Natural is quite slow, and no Ling speed starting up here. Sorry, I just said Reynor. Obviously, Reynor is the Terran. Specials, the Zerg. Get your brain wrapped around it, pig. You know who you're casting. Oh, shit. Reynor loses the Reaper. Nice control here by Special. Special's got the fast third, but isn't going Ling speed. Are we going to see like a Ravager rush or something? I wonder. Special's decided maybe just wants to play like a Roach Ravager style. Meanwhile, Reynor here going for the Starport, going Hellions. Very typical Terran opening for Reynor. And that's how we do it. A couple more Queens on the way. That's a very Terran thing to do, right? Whenever I get in my Terran mindset, I think Queens beat everything. If I just make enough Queens, I'll be safe. So we'll see exactly how many Queens. I think Special is going to go to 9. I think 9 will be the magic number. Lair is starting up, as well as a very late Zergling speed. Hellion run by could be really good, but for now, Reynor's just chilling at home. This Overlord having a little bit of a perv from the high ground. Just going to stay on the pervert pillar there. Of course, unable to see it because of that high ground is Reynor. And we are going to see a Liberator first. So Hellion Lib, the most standard opening in the current meta. Still building Marines, interestingly. I wonder if we're going to see some sort of follow-up Hellbat push. If we see an Armory soon and more Marine production, then that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a Tech Lab, a 3rd Command Center. Hellions will dart in at the 3rd. Liberator will siege up the main, and we'll see how well Special can position those Queens. Already, creep spread, spreading out very, very quickly. 3rd CC goes down. Yep, yeah. Very typical build. You'll see Innovation do this just time after time. That Innovation versus Rogue series we looked at from GSL versus the World. We watched the many variations of the positioning and how Innovation did this. Like, he'd rotate. Sometimes the Liberator hits the Natural from behind. Sometimes it goes into the main. Sometimes the Hellions try to run past into the Natural. Sometimes they dive into the 3rd. We figured the safest way to do this is for the Hellions to poke the 3rd and the Lib to go the main, but that's also the most predictable. So we're going to see Reynor change it up. Special doesn't have vision of that. Ooh, okay, so he's just going to come in and siege from that position. How quickly is Special going to react? Oh, look at that. Quick hands by Reynor. Changes path and then re-sieges. Hellions are going to go for the run by. There's not many Zerglings out. Ooh, they're going to look for some drones. They're going to look for some drones here. The Zergling's going down. Hellions not getting cornered. There's a gap behind that Roach Warren. He sees the Nidus Worm as well. Uh-oh. Special wants to go for a little bit of an all-in here. And that Liberator did go down, by the way, guys. Oh, man. A lot of drones fall, but, I mean, Reynor, it's all about the defense at home. The Nidus Worm's there. Those Hellions get held. What's he got? He's got one siege tank in a very good position. He's going to try to build a bunker. Another tank will be out soon. There's no way Special can break this. Yeah, he even pulls the tank to safety. I like it. I like it. The bunker goes down, but look at that tank shot. Oh my god, the damage. I don't think Reynor even needs to pull the SCVs into this. The tanks alone, with the buildings creating a wall, the Roaches and Queens can't get in range. Unless Special can make Ravages up here, run forward and bile them. Like, Reynor holds here with almost no damage. He almost doesn't even care. He's even got a lib here just to make sure they can't jump forwards. Queens showing just how little damage they have. They'll kill a few SCVs and a gas. The tank's starting to shell on them in return. And very nice hold here by Reynor. More tanks, more Liberators, more Marines. Doesn't have upgrades on the way yet, so that definitely is slowing him down a little bit. But no drones on the way for Special. Special is like super all in. The Ravagers are here, but the tanks are spread. I don't think this is going to work here for Special. He's going to try to break forward. The tanks are unsieging. Reynor knows if he just keeps those tanks alive, the biles whiff. The tank's dishing out the damage. Reynor with the sick pullback. He's going to lose stim. That does suck. I'm not sure if it matters, though, as long as he keeps his tank and Marine count growing. The Liberators have fallen at this point. The Ravagers come forward. The tank in the mineral line tries to unsiege, but it gets taken out. The Marines go a bit too far forward on the left. Finally, the medevacs are out. The tanks start firing. And they're clumped. They're clumped. They're clumped. They're clumped. The siege tanks are going to go down. Oh, no. Oh no, his Special managed to do it. Did Reynor underestimate this? Those tanks being clumped up is a disaster. Oh no, his stim went down. I can't believe this. Special just doggedly keeps pushing in, and Reynor underestimating the power of the Nidus Worm. He's like, surely you're droning by now. Oh no, he's got one more tank out. He can still hang on and be in this game with mules to catch up. I mean, this is still pretty all in. There's not enough Ravagers to bile it. Reynor focusing them down. He's going to try and chase him back to the Nidus Worm. The Ravager goes down. The Queen goes down. The medevac healing is good here, but I think those... Yeah, he's overextended a little bit. This is a really weird position now because... Oh, he didn't make an orbital here. He doesn't have triple mules dropping. That's such an important part of the recovery, and now Special is building drones. He can start kicking some ass. This is really funny. Juanito is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep hammering as hard as I can here. Uh-oh, the medevacs and Marines taking a bit of damage. That tank pulling way back. Another tank's almost out. I like the pullbacks from Reynor. Keeping your tanks alive is very important. That mule was almost dead anyway. It doesn't really matter to lose that. Big problem here, I think, is, yeah, just any more SCV losses is big. This siege tank moving forward, he's gonna need to... You gotta chase this out as Reynor. You've got to push this out of your base. You're taking too much damage. He's got more mules, more SCVs building. Nice tank shot, and I think he can unsiege the tanks and move forward on this now. Reynor's going to try and fight it. Does he have the numbers? Yeah, he manages to chase it out. Okay, good play by Reynor. Oh, Special. That was a mistake. I don't think he meant to do that. And nice. Gets a few extra Ravages for his trouble. Reynor stabilizes with 29 SCVs. Against 46 drones. Special has the third mining. Special has Queens injecting. He drops a Spire, and Reynor scans it literally 1 second after it begins. Is Special gonna cancel it? I reckon he cancels that. Let's see. Yeah. Do we see the follow-up scan from Reynor to check? Reynor's like, oh, I better counter pressure, man. I can't let you just get mutas out. Stim's on the way. There's a creep tumor just spotting this main base, which is such a pain in the butt. That Marine, of course, making sure it can't spread any further. But there's no upgrades. The engineering bays are only now going down for Reynor. I guess they are ahead of the Evo chambers. You know, supply is pretty even. If Reynor does a bunch of damage with this push, he's way ahead. He scans to kill the creep tumor in the main base. If he gets this army crushed, though, I'm feeling it for Juanito. But I don't know if Juanito has the numbers. I mean, there's no stim. There's no upgrades for these Marines. Okay, Reynor's just going to try and siege up right there. He drops the scan. Says, okay, let's get these tanks siege. He spreads them. He's learned his lesson. He doesn't want to stack those for the corrosive bile. Already a few overlords go down. And this is good damage. Juanito doesn't have his 4th base ready. I don't think he can afford to lose this hatch, but he also can't take the fight right now. Reynor looked so good when he first held on. He's getting... Oh my god, special pulling drones. No, don't do that. Okay, triple bile on that tank. 1 siege tank does fall, but not after a lot of siege tank shots fall. And while the Marines do start to go down, it's not until a lot of these Ravagers... Reynor focuses down the Ravagers. Oh, Reynor always with that micro. And his Marines here rallied to the low ground. He's got his 3rd landed, though. 50 workers versus 50 workers. Reynor's tied it up. Just for the trade of a few Marines, a couple of tanks. That's what you want as the Terran player. Your upgrades are ahead. You've got your barracks going. Special there, making faces at Reynor. Reynor, mouth agape, says, hey, Terran units are pretty good. Maybe I should play this race a little bit more often. Special's just going to be going for 1-1. Lings? You don't... Oh, he did make Ling speed. I don't... Is he going to swap into... Oh, he might play this, like, Roach Ravager, like, Zergling, big timing attack style. Maybe. Combat Shields has been remembered, though. The ever-forgotten upgrade. Our off-race players have been really good at remembering this so far throughout this tournament. And we're going to see what happens as these Zerglings rotate down the left-hand side. Reynor here with some nice tank spread. We are seeing those rocks being broken. So I guess it's just a counter-attack of Zerglings. More drones are on the way, but... Special is stuck in what I like to call the NA zone. And this is where you, as the Zerg, are on equal workers to the Terran. And it's very, very similar to being in Dicktown. Luckily, though, he slides a Ling counter in. That's the sort of move he needs. This Marauder's like, hey, hit me, hit me, hit me. But no, a lot of SCVs go down. Holy crap, guys. Holy crap. Those Lings do get blocked. They are going to die. But nice damage. Nice damage. Adds a few more workers to his kill purse. He's still only up 4 workers in this game. Reynor dives a little bit deep, takes a few biles to the face as well. Luckily, he's young. He can bounce back from a couple punches. He doesn't have the stiff jaw yet. Reynor doesn't get knocked out of matches easily. That's something you notice when you watch him. He's got a 2nd tech lab as well. Actually, a 3rd tech lab going down. So he's going very heavy Marauder production, almost TVP style. Very good versus Roach Ravager. However, we're going to find out very shortly how much Special wants to commit to this and how much he wants to go into baneling tech. We see another scan, sees no gas there. That tells Reynor that his opponent is not teching to things like Brood Lords yet. He's like, yeah, you're not on like a crazy gas count. It's mostly mineral income. Only recently have we seen Special take these gases and start to try to catch up that gas count. He's going for Burrow and Tunneling Claws. He's looking for more counterattacks. But I think Reynor's pretty well set up for this. We've got Roaches sliding in the natural. They're going to get in there. This attack at the front is a fake more than anything. A lot of Roaches do go down for it, but SCV is starting to fall. That's the damage you want as Special. He says, my units are expendable. Let's make use of it. At the same time, though, Reynor with a double drop on the left-hand side is going to stim in and start doing big damage to that mineral line. The units are not there. He's taking big damage back at home. The Roach Ravager is cleaned up. Only a few SCV kills. And a couple of drones went down as well. Up to 14 drones killed. Finally, Reynor getting some punches in on Special's side of the map. For now, though, pulls back with these medevacs. Good response. He's got to keep this threat out of the map. For now, Special's creep is rather poor. But his Roach army is monstrous. He's almost maxed. He's not adding 2-2 upgrades, though. He doesn't have the gas for it. Special's realizing he has mismanaged his gas economy terribly. He kind of is stuck on this 1-1 Tunneling Claw, almost all in play. He's sending more Roaches across the map. That's a big Marine Marauder tank force. 6 tanks, a lot of Marine Marauder, but the Armory... Oh my god, that Armory got delayed from building for so long. He didn't realize he only just put an SCV back on it. That's why his 2-2 is so delayed. So the upgrades are going to be even for the next few minutes. Another drop coming back in on the left-hand side. He's going to take out a Queen and then going to have to pick up and get out of there. Good pickups by Reynor. At the same time, on the front side, bit of a skirmish. No siege tanks falling just yet. That siege tank count is the real threat. Roaches tunneling from the rear side. At the same time, Special's going to try to jump on this advance. Reynor distracted at the back. Hasn't even stimmed his bio yet. He does stim the bio, but that's a big, big Terran force. Special getting ahead of himself. I think he went into a very bad position. At the same time, the drop comes in on the left-hand side. Good defense there, though. The Roaches and drones are cleaning that up. They are going to be able to hold on. I believe the Tunneling Claw Roaches slowly being cleaned up on the defense. And I think Reynor's found his way into the juicy underbelly of the Zerg. If he's not able to crack this bio, these tanks are going to siege, and they are indeed sieged up. At the same time, Reynor on the left-hand side. Yeah, he's dropping a scan. He knows that Burrow is there. Reynor can see those Tunneling Claw Roaches. Even though more roaches are trying to work their way into the reinforcement line, Special trying to do what he can. It is not working out. Reynor has done the damage. His bio just kind of spreading into that right-hand side third base. The tanks smashing these roaches, but actually the scan runs out. Another one goes down, and these roaches are dead. Absolutely obliterated. Reynor takes game number 1 after dancing with the devil for a little bit there. Whoo! Whoo! He was in a little bit of a scary position. A little bit of a scary position there for a moment, but manages to string it together and gets it back. There was that moment where he was smashing it, and then those 2 tanks were clumped, and 3 biles took out both tanks, and suddenly it was unupgraded Marines versus Roach Ravager Queen. It was like, oh no. GG's. Thank you very much for the support, guys. No, we're doing a replay cast, so we're not able to use the game hard overlay, guys, unfortunately. I know there's some really nice little things. I should have requested the players to, of course, use the game hard overlay. I forgot to on this one, and that's totally fine. We're not going to have the workers pop up and a few quality of life things like, you know, the pop-up that tells you when upgrades are finishing. I know it's my fault I didn't get those going for this tournament, but that's all right. I'm always going to be trying to keep track of all that stuff as much as possible. So I should be able to keep you up to date on exactly how that went. Verkwer, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Luke Bomber. Welcome to the Pigsty, Luke Bomber. We've also had, of course, T-Jack with the Twitch Prime sub. And I did give out a shout out, I believe, to Aroused Ananas. Joins the Pigsty once again. Thank you, guys. Exclamation mark bracket command if you want to see the bracket. And, of course, exclamation mark master if you want a very quick rundown of the rules as we continue this tournament. It is, who is the StarCraft Master? Let's hop into map number 2 here of Reynor vs. Special. Second match in the round of 8. And down here in the bottom left, now playing a Protoss. It is Reynor. Reynor's opponent up here in the top right-hand side in the red, also playing Protoss. It is Special. So we're going to see a Protoss versus Protoss between the main race Zerg and Terran pro gamers. For those of you who maybe follow the scene a bit more casually, Special made it to the semifinals of the WCS Global Playoffs of BlizzCon last year. Special has not really won any WCS tournaments this year, but that's in big part because Cyril's won everything. Special is an absolute beast. Used to be known by the name Major, but has really just become a monster. Has become a tournament winner, has become a very consistent semi-finalist in the last year and a half. Reynor down here, young blood, was able to finally start competing in WCS this year and made it to the grand finals. He almost royal roaded at WCS Montreal, the first WCS event that he was able to play in. Made it to the finals, took Cyril to the final map, and was so close to finishing it off. Was so awesome. So Reynor has shown great promise. Also was very close to beating Maru to make it to the top 8 of GSL. Unfortunately fell out in the top 16 after losing a rematch with Neeb there. And you know what? Amazing players on both sides. Let's see how good or bad they are with Protoss. Reynor doing a standard 2-gate opening, as is Special. Special here wants to put a second pylon in the main base. Interesting wall off. A bit vulnerable, but, you know, you can build shield batteries on the low ground. That's the advantage of this. Without putting a pylon down there, that works out well. Reynor is going to come in and scout, see what's going on. And for anyone not familiar with the rules, basically the players rotate through all matchups. However, this series, the players actually played a little bit different. They played a little bit different in that they only played off races just for this individual set. So this set will be a deviation from the rules. And we're just kind of finding out the matchups as we go into the games. The players had alternating picks on which matchup they were playing. So because they didn't go through the full range of matchups, because they didn't play their main races in this particular matchup, they misunderstood the rules a little bit. We are going to be seeing repeats of 1 or 2 of the matchups, I believe. To fill out that whole best of 9. Double Adept for Reynor going across the map here. Special going for Double Adept into 2 Stalkers, but does not have a probe in position to wall off. Fast Robo for Special up against a fast Stargate in the back for Reynor. Neither player has scouted that. Reynor's going to come in. Oh, he might be able to block that to let his Adepts in. Is he going to do it? No, he doesn't do it. Special's ready to wall off. Okay. Here we go. The Shade looking to get into that base. Are they going to get in? Reynor's trying to get up that ramp, but cancels it. Sees there's too many units. Special with a solid wall off. And playing a very defensive build. Actually, no, that's a very aggressive build. We're going to see a Warp Prism chrono boosted out of this Robo by Special, and he's going to go for a 3-gate Warp Prism attack. I think Reynor... Yeah, Oracle is what we're going to see from Reynor. So Reynor's going to go for an Oracle to start things out. Stalker and Adepts going out to chase off these Adepts. Special at the last second gets that in. Reynor doesn't get the cancel down. Uh-oh. He's going to lose this Adept fight for sure. But actually, good pullback. Special did not chase down the weakened Adept. Is it going to escape? No, it does manage to get out of there. And just one Adept does get out for Reynor. The other one going down. Warp Prism being chrono boosted. 3 gateways are ready. Pylon going up on the front. This is going to be a very scary assault. Oracle not going to help a lot on that defense. There's 4 Stalkers at home, but there's a Pylon exposed on the low ground. There's no shield battery, and these 2 gateways are powered by a single Pylon. If that goes down, Reynor is toast. There's no shield battery at home, though. Oh, no, that's an integral part of this build. Special here, not doing the important part of the build. The Oracle's going to come in, and Adept going to join with it. Oh, Special's economy. Oh my god, it's going to take so much damage. He's in huge trouble. Special so focused on going for the all-in. He was not ready for this at all. The Adept, the Oracle doing big damage. The Oracle gets 5 kills, 6 kills, 7 kills. Oh, not the best target fire. Does start shooting a Stalker. At the same time, though, counterattack starts to push in. 1 Pylon goes down there for Reynor. Can Reynor hold the high ground? He's got to be careful of force fields. He does not have the advantage of that Prism. Whereas if Special's units go too far forward, they can just be lifted to safety. Oh, the Prism just took a lot of damage. That sentry goes down. The shield battery doing the work. Special knows he needs to do damage right now, but just not being... he's got no war pins. He's got no money. He's lost all of his economy. The shield battery finally is exhausted. But guess what? The Warp Prism has to depower, and it goes down. An absolute stomp. Reynor gets in there with the Oracle. Special not thinking there was going to be an Oracle in there that early. just getting stompied. Reynor takes a quick 2-0 lead. Thank you so much, Thomas Snowak, for the Twitch Prime sub. Ligerman with the Tier 1 sub, and Popper Mitch as well. Much love, guys. Really appreciate the support. They also had a few repeat maps for some reason. I'm not sure why they picked the same map multiple times in this series, but it looks like we're going into a redo of Acid Plant. So let's see what goes on here. This is the series that bends the rules. No worries, guys. It's fine. It's a fun tournament, and as long as both players agree that it's fair, that's kind of the whole the whole kind of view I have on it, which is why it's also fine because they're both just playing off race versus off race. Now I wonder how this one's gonna go. Here we go. All right, guys. So we are launching into that next map. Let's go. There we go. Down here in the bottom right, in the blue, the Protoss player. It's Reynor. And in the top left-hand side, in the red, the Zerg. It's Special. All right. Nice. So we're going to see exactly what goes on. Reynor going to be going for a very, very early probe scout here. Grizzly Gruden, yes, I'm very happy. I will be casting at BlizzCon. I finally got to announce that. I did a tiny video on Twitter just being like, hey guys, I'm going to BlizzCon. And that was cool. Thank you, Fat Texter and Mods, for hanging out. I don't really have a chance to keep an eye on chat, obviously, during tournaments like this, so I really appreciate you guys just, keeping things non-dickheaded and whatnot, and everyone just having fun chatting about the game. Support your favorite players, and all of that good stuff. So, I mean, the first series was amazing, guys. The first series was so good. So far, Reynor, I mean, the first game was good. That second game, Reynor kind of stomped it. But I'm very curious to see how the rest of this series goes. I mean, Special looked pretty decent with the Zerg. Reynor, of course, looked great with Terran. And looked pretty good with Protoss in that last game in the PvP. So, I think the young hands... Reynor's definitely... I don't know. He feels relatively smooth here with his off races. He's got the Nexus. He's going to be going for that Cybercore next. Most typical Protoss opening. His probes being really annoying as well. Just harassing Special, occupying those mineral patches. Cybercore goes down, restarts probe production, and straight into a second gas and a second pylon. Yeah, really crisp opening. here. Showtime and Scarlet's off races were on another level. I feel like both Scarlet and Showtime, like their worst race is probably Terran for both of them. And it's probably still 6k MMR easily. But I feel like Showtime's Terran was probably even better than that. Showtime's Terran was incredible. Scarlet's Protoss is just like 6-5k MMR, I swear. That she's just insane with Protoss. And Showtime's Zerg is probably not far behind that as well. Not too sure about the history of Reynor and Special and their off races and, you know, how strong they are with them. Oh, what is that? What? Oh my god, this is a long rush distance map, but Special, skipping Ling speed, it's going to go for something naughty. Reynor, I think, will be prepared for this, though. This probe is like, hey, you haven't even moved out to take a third yet. What's going on, buddy? And there's a Stargate on the way, which is the perfect tech against this. That probe, nice little dance there. It's just going to run home. This Adept, of course, now coming across the map behind this very quick Stargate. Warpgate research does start up, and Burrow. Oh, Special's doing a Leenock build. Cool, cool, cool. These 3 Zerglings going to come home to defend the Adept. That Adept still has got to be scouting for that third base, surely. I think maybe it's more worried about the lair. Let's see, which way is that going to go? It's going to go for the main base. I think he's going to... Yeah, okay, he sees a few drones, but he doesn't see how empty that mineral line is. Reynor's, I think, got to be a little bit worried. This probe does escape. Phoenix first, not the most important unit in this scenario. He's got to see these roaches and get a Void Ray out as quickly as possible. I wonder if you go... I don't think you need, like, reactive forge or anything. I think just wall off and you'll be fine. That wall off is a full wall off. Oh my god. Yeah, Reynor, I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I think he can fit probes and lings through that gap, but nothing else. He sees roaches. I think he's just going to fully wall off. You can't fit stalkers or anything through that diagonal, though, I don't think. So, bit of an awkward wall. I don't think roaches can fit through there. Maybe that's his plan, is he's like, hey, I can fit my units and my probes in and out, but you can't get roaches in. That's actually really cool if that's on purpose. The Adepts dive in. Oh my god, sorry guys, I didn't even realize. They cancel their extra shade. They're just going to massacre the worker line, already up to 4 kills. And they're going to, Zap's going to look for a 5th one as well. He's going to recall that Adept, actually. Has pulled a few roaches home. More burrow roaches are here. It's 32 probes to 20. That first Chad Ray about to emerge. And he has got something to say about this roach rush. I don't think, yeah, the roaches can't fit through there. Oh, they can reach that pylon. But the Chad is already here, up front and center. Pylon goes down to complete the wall off. They're going to focus down the Cyber Core. And look at that. Oh, I don't know if focusing the Ravager Cocoon is the right call with the Void Ray, though. That Void Ray really needs to align its prismatic Piss Beam. You've got to turn your Piss Beam on Reynor. Reynor, that Void Ray is not doing what it could. Finally, it turns on the beam. The Zealots and the Adepts are holding on. This Cyber Core is barely going to finish Warp Gate research. And Special's attack is falling flat on its face. Reynor here is all over this. Just good scouting from Reynor, you know, great reactive play. Revelation comes down, you cannot hide anymore. That Void Ray apparently can barely out DPS a Burrowed Roach. Burrowed Roach healing is so damn good. That's without Tunneling Claws. With Tunneling Claws, it's even stronger. But now going to lose Overlords on the retreat. Down 13 workers, no third base. Oh man, Special still building roaches as well. I don't know, does he just send them around the edge of the map and try to like come from a surprising angle? Special's got to dig deep. Reynor's all over this. This Chad has 7 kills. And he's like chopping off roach spikes and roach little... What do roaches have a beak? I feel like roaches probably have a beak. He's got like a necklace of roach beaks around him. Yeah, Reynor is taking a third, dropping a robo, feeling really good. I mean, Special's trying to get cheeky now, but the problem is there's like enough gateway units even without the Void Ray to just deal with these guys. And Special's done. Ooh, a nasty start here for Special. Reynor is dominating. Dominating this particular match. So we're going to have to hop here into that next match on Blue Shift. Let's keep this series going. And yeah, he's definitely not doing too well with Zerg here. I'd like to see another Protoss match from Special. So let's hope this next one indeed does that. Thank you guys for hanging out. This one's looking like it might be a bit more one-sided than that previous series. I watched Reynor off races Terran in his stream, and he's godly, says Nunu. Such good mechanics, he destroyed Risky in a macro game. Wow. Yeah, I mean, some players are just so damn good with their off race. It looks like this young man might fall into that selection. Down here in the bottom top right, let's introduce him first. In the blue, the Terran player, it is Reynor. And down here in the bottom left-hand side, in the red, in the Protoss, it is Special. I was just reading a chat comment, Risky. I wasn't saying I was reading a comment from Nunu. I don't know if he destroyed you or not. You can take it up with Nunu. Risky's immediately popped his head up in chat. He's like, what? What, mate? Who crushed me in a macro game? Apparently Reynor did with his Terran. I don't know, man. I don't know. Someone was saying they watched Reynor off-racing Terran and playing really good, and they were saying, just to explain how good he is, that he beat you in a macro game. Risky says, that'd be a no, fam. Okay, so Risky's gonna say that's not true. I don't know, though. Special is playing Protoss, guys. Reynor's playing Terran this time. It's a PVT. Let's see if Special can pull some moves out. Now, I know Special feels that Stargate, Protoss vs. Terran, is way, way, way too powerful. So we're going to see if Special just goes with his instincts and sticks with that style. This probe's going to try and be a bit of a dick, but Reynor's on top of it. Doesn't underestimate it and leaves an SCV tagged. Special going to move down to take that next. No, he's going to go. Oh, he's going to go Cybercore single gas expand build. Special's build is a little bit different. Just going to, I guess it's a short map. Yeah, probably just the fast adept. So there will be a Nexus at home. Okay, yeah. I like this build on this map. This build's not bad. Scarlet says she's actually seen Reynor beat Namshar with his Terran on stream as well. So, okay, I don't think there's any shame in losing to Reynor's Terran, boys and girls. Pro runs away with 2 hit points. Reynor, realizing the power of Protoss, says, Toss so imber. What the hell, man? My little drill boy couldn't handle it. Special is so vindicated. He's like, that's all I wanted out of this tournament. I just wanted other people to agree with me that Toss is so imber. I mean, right now, guys, Special's having a hard time of it. He's down 0-3. It's a best of 9. I feel like we're gonna need this adept to do something. Hopefully gets in there, slows down the command center. The Reaper's looking for a proxy. Of course, remember, guys, Reynor doesn't know what he's up against right now. Is going for a fast factory. It's Reaper into Marine. This adept is going to be across that map. I think he was busy microing his probe. This adept should have already been across the map. Yeah, I think Special's build is not very crisp. I definitely think he might not off-race as much as our other players in this tournament. We're going to have to see. The Reaper comes in, and that Stalker gets rejected. The Adept starts to fight. He's going to take out these Marines. Special here. It looks like he will be able to take those out. All right. Oh, my God. Teleports, and then watches the Frisbee hit the fucking Marine in the face. Gets an SCV as well. All right, guys. Special's finally starting to do it. Maybe a little bit of Dorito spam. I think this might be the best moment so far in this series for Special. Oh, doesn't stutter step, doesn't quite get the Reaper, but he's denied the command center. Reynor here is just stuck with only the ability to complain about balance. He's like, Davey, I know you quit StarCraft. Come back and balance this game, please. There is a command center in the back for Reynor, so this is still a pretty nasty opening for Reynor. The problem I see for Special is he doesn't have a plan. Oh, no, he's got the robo finished. I was about to say, I don't think his tech's early enough, but yeah, if he just does like a 4-gate Warp Prism Assault, a 3cc build that's already taken this much damage is going to be really hard for Reynor to hang on. These Stalkers taking that Cyclone on a bit of a journey there. The Reaper is microing though. Reynor with the multitask keeps the Cyclone alive at home. The Reaper's being a bit of a dick on that side, but Special is keeping those Stalkers on the case, and whoa, gets that Reaper. Finally. I think we can raise a couple Doritos to help Juanito close this one out. He says, please, David, did you see how far that Stalker shot? It was bullcrap. There's only 3 gateways and an observer. I feel like you want 5 gateways here. Special has not been probing his natural consistently. Special, you got to add something behind this, but there we go. Okay, he is probing up behind it because he can commit with non-stop warp-ins while also probing and taking a third, because this is not a super crisp robo timing attack. Can he get this done? Hopefully he does not eat that Widowmine. I think he's seen it there for sure. He must have seen the shadow of that Widowmine. Yeah, he's going to use the dodge. Look at this magic trick. He says, now you see me, now you don't. Get wrecked. The Widowmine takes some damage, and Special here, of course, he says it's the blink, no blink build. My Stalkers have blink without me actually upgrading blink. Haha. I've got a pylon, which also gives my units the ability to instantaneously teleport. How bullshit is this? This is exactly the sort of build a Terran player would do when they're off-racing Protoss. Nice focus on the Cyclone on the weak Stalkers, but it doesn't matter. There's just too many units. Special finally is going to get one on the board with the fast adept opening the tank in the back, though. Ooh, dishing out the hurt there. Special taking a few hits to the face. Ow! Loses about 3 or 4 stalkers before he realizes what's up. That command center is taking the damage, though. Marines and SCV is going to try and save that. Remember, Reynor does have a 3rd CC. There is still a small bit of hope behind this. 3rd Nexus goes down behind this for Special. Special not able to get the command center. Reynor's got 2 Marines in a tank building at a time. He still really is just a Terran player with a lot of hope, a few dreams, and not much else. Special's like, yeah, I'm going to finish you. I think he'll drop a few Zealots, come in from the right-hand side, drop Zealots, run forward with the Stalkers as well. Ooh, drops the Zealots, but they don't get on the high ground. Oh, a lot of the Stalkers are stuck behind each other. Oh, gross. A bit of a nasty engage. I think any trade's probably a good trade right now for Special, but that was as close to a bad trade as we could have found. Reynor with some solid defense. Unfortunately, it's still just a handful of unupgraded Marines and a tank. I think he needs the Dorito spam to close this one out, guys. We've got +1. We've got charge on the way. I think that's the correct follow-up here for Special. Go into charge lots and 7 gateways is usually a good thing to do against Terran. Stalker drop in the main as well. Sees there's a 3rd CC. So he knows there's nothing you can really do aggressively as Reynor. If he can just keep picking away at the economy, kill a few SCVs, waste a bit of mining time, that should be very nice. But, So this is what I'm talking about when I say sometimes people overestimate the power of their opponent's units. It is just like a Terran player to think a Warp Prism and 4 Stalkers beats 10 Marines while the Marines are on top of them and have you cornered against the edge of the map. There was no space to micro there, so he's actually going to lose all these units. But once again, when you're this far ahead, any trade is a good trade. Sounds like a bad adult video, says Fat Text. Sorry, that's what happens when a Warp Prism on Red Hit Point flies into Marines. I sound a little bit like some very, very bad dub over of a certain cartoon adult video genre, which we've all heard of before. Anyways, back to the games at hand. When 7 gateways doesn't cut it, 9 gateways should get the job done. Reynor's trying to drag his way out of the coffin right now. He's trying to punch his way through the stiff wooden boards. He's also got to then dig his way out of 6 feet of compacted soil, roots. He's pretty buried in this game. That's a lot of Protoss, and he's still... I mean, he's going to have Stim. Medevacs are ages away. Upgrades are ages away. His siege tank is not even covering the Widow Mine, so Special can kind of do whatever he wants here. He's still kept his Warp Prism alive. He's got a 2nd Forge coming in. Special is in control of this game, and it's looking like he should be able to get a point on the board. Oh no, he's moving forward. Is Special gonna pounce? Oh, he's gonna kill a few Widow Mines, that's for sure. Oh, you gotta focus on... Yeah, he focuses on that that Observer, but now the Widow Mines aren't really in position, are they? Trying to bait out those Widow Mines. The tank, though, gonna save them. Look at this, Reynor trying to run these Widow Mines away, lures the Stalkers into the tank. Oh, the moves on this guy. Reynor is just so crafty. Every unit just gets their face microed off. Meanwhile, Special Zealots are deciding to have a bit of a smoke before they go into battle. One of them dies, and they immediately pick up and run. Not the best soldiers, Zealots. I mean, usually they headbutt in and don't care about dying, but apparently Special's Zealots are a special breed of cowardly Zealot. They are not the ones from the Legacy promo charging into banelings. That command center is going to go back. I mean, Special here, he's... Oh, he loses the Warp Prism. The Zealots still don't have charge, actually. What happened to charge? Did he cancel that before? I thought he started upgrading that ages ago. I guess he canceled it to get Blink and then added charge afterwards, didn't he? These Zealots are going to go down. Reynor here is still limping. He's managed to punch his way through the coffin. He's like, I've got Stim. I've got Medevacs, I've got tanks, I've got combat shields. It's all I need, right? Yeah, I guess, except Protoss is a 4th on the way. Templar Archives, 1-2 is almost finished. We've got a horde of Zealots, a good pack of Stalkers. An Observer sees everything. One pervy boy just kind of watching from the shadows. You don't see him, but he sees you, that's for sure. Widow Mines. Oh, no. A couple of Widow Mines taking damage. One does go down. The Zealots are coming forward, and I think it's time. He's just going to A-move it. That's all you need to do here is Special. He's just got too many units. The Marines up there wedge themselves in a corner. Fantastic positioning by Reynor. Somehow manages to defend the left flank. And there's no high ground vision. Special's lost his observer again. That one siege tank has done so much damage. Reynor is somehow holding on so much longer than he ever possibly should have been able to. He's been at half the army supply, half the economy for minutes and minutes on end, but finally the high ground vision is there. That one tank goes down. These Marines heroically holding the choke point on the left-hand side, but it's not enough. The Dorito spam has brought him out, and Special manages to get a point on the board. But Reynor is definitely no slouch. Holy crap. Definitely no slouch there. 3-1 to Reynor, but finally he gets a point on the board. Does Mr. Juanito. Thanks, Adept Thought, for that Twitch Prime sub. Much love, dude. Let's see if he can keep it going. I hope Special can keep this going. Chris Berman? Who is Chris Berman? Knowing Twitch chat, it's probably the star of naughty videos, I would imagine. Not sure you... I'm not going to make the mistake of Googling anything Twitch chat says on stream. You guys try to get me banned way too many times. Not going to fall for that one. Here we go, guys. Let's launch into map number 5. Down here in the bottom right-hand side of the map, playing Zerg once again. The Terran player... playing Zerg, the red player, hailing from Mexico. It is Special. And I think we're definitely getting the impression that Special is a Terran master. Hasn't possibly spent as much time off racing as some of these other players, but I still have hope. What I really want to see from Special, though, is we've got a small map. I want to see him get down and dirty. Up here in the top left-hand side, in the blue, the Protoss player, it is Reynor. I think this is the point where they realized that they had messed up the rules when they were playing these. Yes, we are casting off replays, guys. These were all recently played matches, and this is the one match where the players didn't realize they meant to play their main races as well. We let the results stand. We're casting it anyway, but every other match in the tournament has been played with the best of 9 progressing through all matchups. So basically the players pick a matchup, they pick what the race is for each side, then the other player picks the race for each side. We work our way through all 9 matchups until one player hits 5 wins. Now, in the early series, nice denial here by Reynor, the early series with Scarlet versus Showtime, it went to map 8. Scarlet ended up winning 5-3. It was absolutely incredible, some of the matches, because they were trading maps. We've already seen one player lose with their main race to their off race, where Scarlet won the Protoss versus Showtime. Hopefully in our next matches we get to see some more of that, depending on how good these players' off races are. Hero Marine is the player who the other pros have told me has incredible off race with both Protoss and Zerg. So that's the player I'm super hyped for. He'll be up against, I believe, Harstem next, and then I think we have TLO versus Kelazur for the final match of the quarterfinals today. Yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing. We're going to do round of 8 today. Tomorrow, same time, starting at 10 p.m. Central European. I believe it's, 1 p.m. LA, West Coast, 4 p.m. US East. We'll be doing the semifinals tomorrow, and then probably the finals after BlizzCon on the New Balance, because I don't think we're going to get that match played in time, which is totally fine. But this is the Who is the True StarCraft Master tournament, just StarCraft Master for short. And it is a fun tournament with 2,000 USD on the line, thanks to Verkor, our sponsor, and also the guy who suggested the idea, who said, you know what, I want to see players playing all races to see who owns not just at one race, but who owns at all the races. Who is the true owner? Who is the true StarCraft Master? A lot of people, when we talked about this, they said, it's going to be one-sided during all of the main race versus off-race matches. That was my own inclination. But we decided the chance of having someone take out the opponent's off race is well worth it. And right now, guys, Reynor wants to scout. Reynor's like, what are you doing? And there's a baneling nest, there's ling speed, there's lings hiding. Reynor needs this scouting right now. He does not have a wall off, but he can full wall. He's got to scout. He's got to see there's no third. He's got to see these lings. Ling speed's almost done, guys. There's already lings in position to morph banelings. Lings coming out. Reynor's got to realize what he's up against. He's going to take out as many of these lings as he can. He's got an oracle on the way. Can Reynor hang on here? Special going down and dirty. These adepts going to try and shade around. They're just trying to buy time right now. This one adept is just going to try to buy time. He's got an adept in the wall. It's not a full wall, though. You really need to full wall right now as Reynor. Banelings are on the way. He could end up in trouble. There we go. The full wall is up. And not just that, there's a space. There's a space. If you hit the Adept, you're not going to hit those banelings with the same, the pylon with the same baneling splash. Look at that. Oh, the second layer of wall separate from the first one. Very well played, and at the same time, Reynor killing drones in the main base. Oh my lord, but he doesn't get the wall up. Does he get the wall up? Oh, just barely gets it up. The Oracle takes down the baneling. A sentry is out. An Adept is on the way. The pylon taking a lot of damage, though. Nice force field. Allows the pylon to get a few more hit points. Reynor with the clutch save here. He's defended. His Oracle's out of energy, though. He does not have a lot of energy. He needs this other Oracle. It's just starting. He needs another layer of wall here in order to buy time. Shield battery. Buying a bit of time. He's got the second wall off there. I don't know if that's a complete wall off. I think it is. But we see special changing angle. He's attacking the right-hand side now. He's trying to get through here. He's going to take down those. Uh-oh, there's a hole. He's breached the wall. And now we do see Reynor is in a bit of trouble. He's going to have to pull probes into the fight. But there we go. Probes and the Adept holding strong. The sentry on the left-hand side does go down. That next Oracle is out. It's coming down from the left-hand side. It's about to enter the fray. Here it is. Is it going to turn on its laser beam? Indeed, it is. A lot of workers have gone down. That baneling. Ooh, it gets a pretty nice hit there. A lot of probes going down, guys. 7 workers have fallen, but he needs more. Special needs to zone out that Oracle. The Oracle's out of energy. There's no more damage. It's just one Adept on the ground. But that Adept is in a beautiful position. It's doing big damage. The Lings, are they going to depower the gates? They depower the gates at the same time. Lings in the main, wasting mining time. Special might just be able to overwhelm this. It's only a matter of time until this Oracle gets enough energy. It needs about 20 more seconds before that Oracle gets more energy in this fight. There's a third Oracle out, but it's not here just yet. This Adept doing so much damage. It's up to 8 kills. It finally goes down, but the probes are taking massive hits. The shield battery gets back up. It does a little bit of healing. Probes versus Zerglings. Not a good fight for the probes, but they're buying time, and I think that might be all Reynor needs as another Oracle enters the fray. It turns on its laser beam, and now with 3 Oracles, I think Reynor can just take turns turning these Oracles on. No! He panicked! He activated all of the Oracles. He depleted the energy on those 2. Oh no, a huge mistake. That actually gives Special more longevity with this push, but he's droning behind it. Oh, he's not going to have the follow-up of Lings to take advantage of that. I feel like if he had one more wave of Lings, he might have been able to punish, but I guess with 2 shield batteries, it's always tough. But it was a big mistake. Reynor turned on all 3 Oracles. 2 of them only had barely over 25 energy, so they turned on their laser beam and immediately ran out of energy and stopped firing. So that was a big mistake there, and that's why these Oracles aren't able to do much right now. Ling's still causing bits of damage. Drones are going down behind it. If if Special can get the 3rd hatchery down and have anti-air ready, for the Oracle counter, then he'll be in a good spot. But the worker count, even though it looks good, remember, he's got to drop spores. And even when you drop spores, Oracles can ignore them. Just dive in and kill 10 drones. And that's the problem right now. There's no units left on the map, and these 3 Oracles are just going to do everything. These 3 Oracles are going to, I mean, they've got to wait a little bit. He shouldn't go in straight away. For now, he's just scouting, and he's like, oh, you don't even have a 3rd. You're screwed, buddy. You're screwed. Does he turn on all 3? I don't think he should. He should wait. Oh, he's going to go for it. But one of the Oracles runs out of energy immediately. Yeah, he damages a bunch. Not the best control by Reynor, but there we go. He still grabs 3 or 4 drones. And this early, that many kills is still big. We see that 3rd hatch is finally going to go down. Relatively even workers, but it's the utility these Oracles are going to give, which are going to allow Reynor to just inch further and further ahead. If he keeps the Oracles alive and is patient, then he'll be really good. Yeah, pull them back. You got to wait for a bit more energy, wait for the shields to regen, and then Reynor should be able to close this game out over the next few minutes. The Queen goes a little bit far off. Reynor actually jumps the gun, wastes some energy. That was really good for Special. Anytime Special loses a few hit points for energy, slows down the drone losses, that's big. We really need to see another Spore Crawler move down here as well, by the way, to secure that base. That's a lot of Adepts. Oh, no. Oh, no. 7 Adepts. They don't have glaives, but they don't need it. What are you going to do here? Special's only got drones. He's got 2 Zerglings. This is going to be it. I think this is going to be the finishing blow here. Reynor here looking for his 4th map. He wants to just crush through this best of 9. He's only 2 maps away from taking it out. He defended the Ling Baneling in just barely in this early game, but now he comes out with the revenge. Adepts versus Queens. The Adepts are more than a match. Nice transfuse for Special. He's trying to build 24 Zerglings. The Adepts are going to shade over. He wants to engage away from the Spore Crawlers where the Oracles are going to do work. These Adepts still creating a huge threat behind this. He is probing up. Oh, he probes into the 3rd mineral line. Okay, an interesting move. The Lings are going to go for the surround, but the Oracles can turn on their laser beams. Oh, those oracles getting dangerously low. This is still good. Just lost mining time. I mean, Reynor's not killing as many drones as he potentially could. But does he even need to? I mean, he's just causing chaos. He's causing so many problems. Special can't secure his own bases behind this. The probes are building up. The money's building up. We're going to see a probe move out to take a third base at the same time. He's macroing behind this. That's what's important, is Reynor's securing a very certain advantage. These lings on their own are worthless against this. It needs to be all about the queens. And once again, another shade into the expansion just pulls those queens away. This hatchery is taking too much damage. He needs to have moved a spore down to this base, but he didn't do it. He's going to have to start dropping transfusers to save that hatch. And these adepts, are they going to let the shade finish? Are they going to let the shade finish? They are. Into that third mineral line. Drones in the open. The lings are coming into support. But I think a lot of drones are going to go down. Already, we see a big worker advantage. And finally, the adepts get cleaned up. But Special is not in a position he wanted to be. And he loses so many workers. 19 drones have gone down over the course of this game. Remember, many went down in the main base in the early stage when that adept counterattacked against the Ling Bane bust. That's part of why Special's follow-up was so weak. But now here, following up with a whole bunch there with that adept pressure, having a good sentry force, double robo on the third, a forge, a twilight. Probe production is solid. And we see Protoss in the lead in just about every regard, still maintaining the flyer utility, with, of course, the scouting, the harassment, and, of course, the ability to throw down stasis traps with those oracles. The Phoenix able to hunt down overlords. And we see Special forced into roach production. He's building queens. I think he's just going to try a big hatch tech roach queen ravager, spreading creep through the middle. This is one of his best options. But these oracles should spot this nice and early. They're going to come over and see the creep. And yeah, even if they just see no lair and they see roaches popping out, that's going to be a good indication. Reynor's coming into the main. Says, still no lair. Okay. He's got to be adding 2 and 2 together. Chrono boosting the immortals and breaking the rocks down. Yeah, Reynor's so good at reading what Special's up to. Oh, he's going to try and take out the hatchery. But the queen focusing the weak oracle, it does go down. Oh my lord. Reynor, you dirty, dirty boy. Takes down the third hatch. Special's got to be fuming. Oh, he had so much transfuse, but his queens were all out of position. His spore was on the wrong side of the hatch. I mean, obviously that's the correct side to protect the drones. You don't expect a bunch of low hit point oracles to come in and snipe your base. These rocks are buying time. There's a ton of force fields. Even Stalkers warping in. Reynor knowing ranged units are going to be the key for this defense. The queens walking around the north side. They should really be walking through the middle, I feel. To help this out. These oracles might be able to start focusing down Ravagers in the near future. Special is starting to make his way forward. If he tries to go through that gap, he is going to get force fielded. One Ravager goes down, but the Queens shut down one of the Oracles. That's good. Okay, no air unit advantage anymore for Reynor, but a ton of force fields. 1, 2, 3 very well placed force fields shut down 95% of the space on this gap. Notice Reynor's just trying to buy time. Every immortal that comes out is huge. These shield batteries are also huge. He knows that Special is all in. If he holds this attack, he will win. Force fields patiently going down. We've got corrosive biles, but a lot of this attack being held up. Transfuses are landing on the front line, but the immortals, the stalkers, the concave is just so good for Reynor here. And look at that, he even traps a few queens. Reynor realizing he can take it out. And Special shouts, "Imba!" as he loses the fourth map there. And that's a nasty position. Reynor is 1 map away from smashing it. Oh no. Oh no. Verquer is trying to get me to pronounce his name properly. Verquer. You've got to remember, that's just going to make me butcher it worse. It's not even my choice. If someone tries to tell me how to pronounce their name, there's a part of my brain that I'm not in control of. It's just like... if you guys played Black Ops, you know how there's like the monkey trap where it's just like a monkey banging cymbals together and then it explodes? There's actually a part of my brain that is characterized as that monkey. It's just there going, mispronounce people's names. It's like banging its cymbals together. Verquer throws on a bit cheer. He's the sponsor of this tournament, so I'm going to give it a go. He says, try pronouncing my name as Fair Kever. Fair Kever? I don't know, man. That's just giving me echoes of the rural Jura, if you know what I'm saying. Fair Kever? Fair Kever? Fair Kever? I guess I can say Fair Kever, but you see, the monkey with the symbols takes control. I just can't. I'm just going to butcher it even worse now. Thank you so much for supporting this tournament, having such a great idea. fair Queer. It's always great to have someone supporting some very different StarCraft. Wolfheart, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Much love for the support as well, everyone. We really appreciate you all hanging out, having some fun here. This could potentially be the last game of this series. It's been a little bit one-sided so far, and it looks like they're rotating back to the very first matchup. As I said, these guys played a little bit modified rules. We're allowing it. Whatevs. Let's see what happens. Down here in the bottom left, in the red, the Zerg player. It's special. Up here in the top right, in the blue, the Terran player. An absolute beast with Terran. It's Reynor. Godlike with Zerg, but we are seeing his Terran is a thing of beauty. He is very good. But yeah, thank you very much for hanging out. Fair. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. Who else is hanging out in chat? What's been going on? What does imba mean? It means imbalanced. So it's when someone's saying this is unfair, it's too powerful, it takes the balance away from the game. And what you'll find throughout the history of StarCraft, regardless of the statistics or any sort of objectivity, most StarCraft players will consistently say the balance is heavily weighted towards Protoss. They say one side has lasers, the other side have shitty bitey claws. How is that fair? They'll say, oh, we've got guns that shoot bullets, you've got fucking lasers, and you can teleport. Bullshit. So whether at the Terran or Zerg, there's a long history of whining about Protoss. There's the classic joke, you know, the two Colossi walk into the bar, one of them was imbalanced. I can't even remember the stupid joke. It's been said 5,000 times. I can't even unironically say that fucking joke, even if I remember it. They're like, well, was it why'd the Colossus fall over? It was imbalanced. I'm like, yeah, wow, I haven't heard that one before. You fucking, thanks Twitch chat, 40,000th time you've told me that joke, you idiots. It's especially funny because Colossi haven't been the most amazing unit for quite a while. But I appreciate you all hanging out and sharing your subpar humor with me. It makes me feel like I'm less of a moron, even though I honestly am really, really unfunny. And I just repeat the same dumb shit over and over again like a broken record. Speaking of a broken record, I think we're about to see a broken Reaper, because Reynor has consistently done a lot of damage with his Reapers. He's been a massive D-bag, and he's done a good bit of damage. Let's see how Special deals with it. Oh! Special knows how to micro, pulls back the weakened Zergling. I feel like Reynor here is like, you know what? You've pissed me off so many times when we've played with your Reaper. I'm going to try and do the same. This time he's just going to sit on the high ground. He's like, this is my high ground now. The Queen's like, get out! Leave! Leave! The Reaper does run away. Back at home, the Overlord sees, hey, wait a second. That's a late factory and a fast third command center. Marines are going to come out and get that snipe. Those Specials Overlord stayed a little bit too long. Remember, guys, use your binoculars if you're going to have a perv. Don't sit in the bushes with a trench coat. It's a bit too obvious. And people will try and murder you if you're watching them. So that Overlord does go down. Zerglings coming out by the dozen. No, by the dozen? Just 4. Just 4 Zerglings for now. Queens. Oh, if he gets the creep tumor snipe, that'll be huge. He cancels at the last second. That was actually really good by Special. Baited the Reaper into staying a little bit too long, and he's almost going to kill the Reaper for it. Doesn't quite get it. And of course, just respreads that creep tumor. Very nicely done. Hellions are not on the way, guys. This is a fast tech lab. This is an eco build. So Reynor is just going to make a siege tank on the high ground, and Special's going for a Bane bus. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, Reynor doesn't know this is happening, but Reynor just is playing the very safe follow-up, knowing his third command center was scouted by the Overlord. He's like, okay, just build Marines, get a tank on the high ground. If that tank is sieged and the wall is raised, you just basically can't win with a Ling Bane bust. You can clear out the natural, you can kill the depots, and you can play it from there. But what I want to see from Special is, as soon as that tank fires, I want to see drones in the production tab. I want to see, oh my god, he's gone second gas as well. I mean, he'll get a lot of banelings. Maybe he can bust the reactor and the ramp and get on top of the tank, but it's very rare you have enough material to do that. Usually you'll lose much Ling Bane before you get there. Let's see. Oh, the tank's on the low ground. There's no wall off. The tank's on the low ground and there's no wall off Reynor. Oh, but he's scouting. He's scouting. His Reaper has slipped him. He's slipped through. He's going to see. Oh my god, he knows. Is he going to get the wall off in time? He's trying to evacuate. He is trying so hard. There's a medevac. He can save the tank. Oh no, the Lings went in before the banelings got there. He can save the tank. Is he going to save the Marines or the tank? He's going to spread the Marines and saves the tank, raises the depots. Oh, is that, I think if banelings detonate there, they can actually kill the tank, but oh, he's going to go for the SCVs. His special still building zerglings. A great save here by Reynor. Good choice by special, just go for the depots. Those SCVs, I think they should get ferried up to safety by that medevac, but maybe just going to leave them there as bait, try and bait the Lingbane forward. Drones are in the production tab. You can transition off this, but I mean, you've got to kill at least 10 SCVs. So far, he's killed 4. Oh, he's losing Lings for depots. Special's not in a good position, guys. Reynor once again holding the Zerg all in. Special has been a mite too predictable. Don't get me wrong, we've seen some cheeky plays, some cheeky all-ins from everyone in this tournament, but Special has just been 25 drones, go all in, 25 drones, go all in, pretty much every game. We see a scan to try and spot if there was more Lingbane out there. He's going to move the Marines down, start mining, and with 3 barracks, a factory, and a starport against a 40 drone Zerg who's struggling to get their mining back up. This is bad for Special. He's trying to get the lair going. He's trying to drone up this 3rd, but he's supply blocked a little bit right now. The Marines here taking control. A Liberator already going across the map for counter pressure. Reynor, once again, very smoothly bouncing from the defense into the offense. And that's good shit. I misspelled. It's Reynor playing. It's actually Reynor from the campaign. Yeah, Jim Reynor is playing. That's absolutely true. Twitch chat, of course. Okay, let's see if Special knows how to deal with libs. You got to move that queen. Okay, yeah, good reaction. He knows how to deal with the Liberator. It's one of those things where sometimes people's brain breaks when they're playing against their opponent's race stuff, but these guys are all so high level. Every single player has reacted pretty damn cleanly to their own race's harassment. That lib sets up an interesting lib zone, mostly underneath itself. Flawless defense by Special, shuts it down, and he's droning really hard. I guess this is the scary point though, right? What have we got? 1 medevac. Really needs another medevac because Stim's almost done. And then he can move out and start clearing creep. And that's the weakness of Special. No 4th, no creep. He kind of just has to go into mass units right now. I want to see a fast baneling speed, double upgrade startup, and just a ton of units off the 60 drone count. I think the best way Special can look to win this game is swinging counterattacks into Reynor's natural, while crushing an army on the front. I think you've got to play a low economy, large army style, crush an attack while backstabbing, and only then go up to the 80 drone count. Let's see if Special chooses to do that. I'd like to see him stay lower on gas, but it looks like Spire is his focus. He wants to play Mutas or Corruptors. Not sure which one. He's got a counterattack set up. I like that move. Meanwhile, Reynor playing a very slow and steady style. He's got that 4th and 5th barracks on the way. His upgrade's way ahead. The counter's gonna find a siege tank. And I believe it got a Marine there as well. Is he gonna... You gotta get that tank. Ooh, it's gonna get into that main base. Siege tank on the high ground though. Does some good defense. SCVs. I mean, these are only 0-0 Zerglings. If the SCVs fight, I think they can take that. But there we go. Yeah, good defense. I mean, Lings for a tank. Not a bad trade for Special. But it's all about what happens when Reynor pushes on the map and still no Evo chambers. I feel like going mute attack or corrupt attack over upgrades is dicey at the best of times. It can work if he keeps massing units. If we see Special drone in the next minute or 2, I think it's just game over. There's no way he stops the frontal push. But if he starts massing Lingbane, maybe 1 big round of mutas, builds a drone, don't build any more. So he builds 8 mutas, he's hit a supply block. Oh, he doesn't have any creep on the north side either, and these Marines are coming forward. Reynor just setting everything up. 6th and 7th barracks go down. Armory's on the way. He will be able to start the 2-2 in the near future. Not the smoothest 1-1 to 2-2 transition, but Reynor is defended very well. More Lings in the natural. Great counterattack. Special doing his best impersonation of his opponent by constantly just sending small numbers of Lings in. Nice! Reynor gets 2 high energy queens. The Lingbane comes forward. He's deep on creep. You're going to have to pick that up, Reynor. You're going to have to... Oh, no. He's used his boost. Special is on top. He's got to just keep stimming. The units are killing themselves with stim packs. Talk about a couple of junkies. They can't even find a vein right now. Oh, my God. They are getting so heavily bruised. They're out of stim again. Are they going to do it one more time? Oh, they just went full junkie. Yep, that's the moment where you're injecting into, like, your fucking ankle or something. Oh, those Marines do manage to get home, though. So hopefully that single medevac is going to be trying to give them rehab for a while. Mutas in the main. The missile turret's not ready. Okay, this is where the damage starts for Special. Remember, though, it's 1-1 bio versus 0-0 mutas, and there's no upgrades on the way behind this. Special cannot play an economy game behind this. Special needs to go for a massive Ling Bane bust before the 2-2 upgrades kick in. If that 2-2, it's starting now. If that kicks in, Special is dead. He's got mass Ling Bane in production. That's what I like to see. He's not really spreading creep. He's not building economy. He's just got to catch him with a big surround. If he can come in with a flank as Reynor's moving out or something like that, that'll be huge. Right now, Reynor has no presence on the map. Reynor doesn't know what he's up against. So this could be a huge surprise if Special keeps the unit count high. The problem is Special seems to have forgotten about these banelings down here. He's got more lings on the way. But, yeah, I don't know. He's got to find the openings. Reynor, overeager, pushes out here. Mutas dive in on that side. They get a siege tank, but a few mutas do fall. The Ling Bane needs to swing in. He's ready for the base trade. Special going to try and make this game down and dirty. Reynor, you can't recall as Terran. And these aren't Zerglings. They're not going to get home that fast. He's got a lot of Marines building up, though. He's still got a tank on the high ground. That's a good fallback point. Oh, no. Special's pulling back. But he's let Reynor siege up. Special being too indecisive. His units are in disarray. No, he's engaging spread out. He hasn't clumped up. Where's the Zerglings? He's going in with pure baneling against tank. The Marines, the tanks gun everything down. There's more banelings. If those banelings connect, this can still turn in Special's favor in the tail ends of this fight, but I think he's already lost too many banelings. A disorganized engagement from Special, and even though Reynor's going to lose everything here, I think it was a good enough trade because that 2-2 is almost done, and this was, at best, an okay fight for Special. It was not a great fight. He lost about 60 banelings in the opening moments of that. I'm exaggerating. It was about 30 banelings. But he doesn't have the fourth mining. Remember, guys, 0-0 versus soon-to-be 2-2. Reynor's just got to pull home. The only way he loses if all his Marines are clumped in a ball and he gets flanked by Speedbanes. That is the only way he goes down. He's adding Thors, 2 Marauders at a time, 2-2, about to kick in. Just 20 seconds to go. There's a lot of mutas out, but it's past their expiry date, guys. Just like milk that's been in the fridge a few weeks. You do not want to drink it. This is some sour Mutalisks. Yeah, look at that. It does not go down easy. I mean, it goes down easy for the Terran player because they love sour fucking Mutalisks, but yeah, Thor comes in. Marine's going to pop out and deal with this. Those mutas just can't do anything. It's a desperate attack, but once again, too clumped, not enough Zerglings, too many Banelings. And with the siege tanks covering this, I think the Marines are just going to gun it down. Oh, they're going to try and trap them, but good pullbacks from Reynor. That siege tank's doing so much. The Marines gunning them down. There's just too much firepower. The command center actually falls. But it's not enough. The Thor's being ferried to the low ground. You've killed a few SCVs. I mean, this looks okay if the Zerg's on 90 drones, if the Zerg's on equal upgrades. But there's already a fourth. Reynor can rebuild that third, or even just lift his main down as he's doing. The upgrade difference is too huge. For a Zerg to get back into a macro game from here, you've got about 5 minutes of creep spread to catch up on. 5 minutes of upgrades, and continuing to build mutas. I mean, this is great if the Terran stops defending well. The problem is Reynor's defense has been pristine. He's got Thors everywhere. He's even leaving a Thor in the main. He understands that Special's just playing a YOLO style, and he's tucking his head in. As more Marauders come in, that's huge. One big mistake is no concussive shells on the Marauders. You need concussive to slow down their advance. If you don't get that, it's going to be a big problem. But just the raw firepower of the Marines. Whenever they're in an arc, the Banelings will not be able to close with them. The Marines will gun them down before they make contact. We're about to see it here. Reynor, he's not watching though. Oh no, he's not watching. Slow on the stim. He's got to A-move the Marauders. He does. The Marauders tackle all of the Banelings. Very nicely done. The Marines turn around and start gunning down the mutas, and still a good trade there. 5,000 resources lost in the unit lead, plus 3 weapons is on the way. The Thors grouping up at the front. Remember, there are 3 Thors on the field. 4 bases mining, bigger income for Terran pretty much this entire time. Too many missile turrets. The Muta's not able to find an angle. And Special doing his best to catch Reynor unawares, but just not able to really do it. Ling's going to start working on the depots. Gets his way back into the main. But the Thors have something to say about that. Oh, God. Remember, guys, these are 2 armor Thors as well. You can't engage that. Oh, a lot of Mutas go down. Banelings come in. Banelings for depots, though. Not a good trade. He's kind of slowing down Reynor winning the game, but he's not actually getting himself ahead as Special. This is a sort of holding pattern you find yourself in when you're stuck on no upgrades and you're just hoping you can distract the Terran enough to catch the Marines when they're not looking. There's 50 Marines, 10 Marauders, 4 Thors. I mean, there's a Marine for every baneling. You need them to clump up and move command, and Reynor's too good for that. Thor's coming back. Gonna drop right on top of those mutt-mutts, and oh god. At the same time, the Marines pull back. The Marauder's doing a great job. It's time for the spreads. You've got to spread. And he does a nice spready. His best impersonation of a gymnast, and Reynor's spread is more than enough. And is able to get full mount there. 5-1. Knocks special out of the game. GG, well played. That's going to be that. A beautiful play there from Reynor. He just dominated. He was clearly too good with his off races in that match. Of course, that was a special rule set we played that series with. Excuse me. We'll be going back to the normal rule set in the next one. It's going to be Harstem versus